like to call to order the October 30th, 2023 MSD of Steuben County Board of Trustees special meeting regarding the tentative contract agreement with the Angola Teachers Association. Proposed tentative agreement. Dr. Wiedenhofer.
Board, in front of you, you do have a tentative agreement between MSD of Steuben County and the Angola Teachers Association. This is very much what I would call labor of love, and I think Mr. Moore would probably echo that same sentiment. So this is really kind of a repurposed, redone master contract agreement that we have in front of you today. There are a few verbiage changes and line items, things like FMLA kind of updating us with current codes, current laws, those kinds of things. So we have all of those updates along with some other items of negotiated matters that we put between the administration and the Teachers Association. Probably the biggest thing that you will probably want to look at would be towards the back of this sheet, where it really talks about two different things. First of all, what we are proposing and what was kind of agreed upon is a $4,000 base increase to all teaching staff for the 23-24 school year, and then an additional $2,000 base increase for the 24-25 school year. So in total, over our 2-year agreement, and that's what we've kind of talked about with our association, is having a 2-year agreement. In all totals comes to $6,000 for base increases for salaries. This does a couple items. This really kind of gets our teachers up on the scale. They really needed to be up there. They have been kind of low. We spent some time looking at around the districts in our area and kind of try to be a little bit more competitive, and I think this does it. If you go back and you look on page 19 and you look at the teacher's salary schedule, in years past, it used to take 40 years to get to the very top of the scale. Dr. Penrod has worked extremely hard to compress that to where we could get it down to 36 years. So we're trying to grow our teachers and get them up on the salary scale faster. I do believe that this proposal or this tentative agreement really reflects our thought process of we value our teachers, we appreciate our teachers, and I think this goes to show that appreciation and that value. So tonight you just have it's questions. If you have questions with it, I'll be happy to answer any of those questions. It's an opportunity for you to work through it. We will meet next Monday and hopefully ratify this agreement or have further discussion on it. So at this time, I'll be happy to take your questions.
I just have one question. It has year 36. You have for 23-24, 74.5. For 24-25, you have 74.2.
That is a common question. I think Mr. Brandt's kind of talked about that with his group. You have to go across. So to do those compressions, so if you look at year 35, 72.2, and then if you add a $2,000 increase to it, because you got to go, you start and then you got to go diagonal. You don't go straight across. So that reflects that 2,000 bump up. So the other interesting thing, if you look at year zero for for last year, it was 40,500 or 41,500. So we're substantially bumping up that first year teacher pay with those base increases. So for this year, our new teachers with bachelor's and zeros, 44,000, and then next year, 45,000. So that really gets us competitive and gets us in the realm of competing with everybody else very, very quickly.
And this is equivalent to bachelor's or master's?
Correct, one and the same. So we didn't separate that out.
And with this, retros back to beginning of this school year once approved.
Correct. If ratified on Monday, what we will. If ratified on Monday, teachers will go back to their very first pay. We'll do one lump sum up until like November 15th or the agreement, and we'll get that with teachers. And then we hope to have that on their first pay period in December. And then come January 1's pay period, those will be spread out throughout their checks for the remainder of the year. December will be kind of nice for teachers because they'll get a big lump payment sum of money, and then they'll also, teacher appreciation grants will be coming out that time. So it will be a nice payday for our staff members. We like to separate them because I don't want them to get all tagged on their taxes all at once, but we definitely want to make sure we get that stuff out prior to Christmas. Other questions? All right, and I will be available during the week for any questions that you may have with this agreement. So with that,
All right, if there are no other questions, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
call by hands.
Okay, a call by hands? We adjourn? Aye.